Oh, how are we, lads? Righto, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the NRL 2021 DALLY Awards review. I am joined by ProEnzo Vidz. Lorenzo, mate, how are you going this evening?
Yeah, good, mate. I thought the Daily M's Awards was really good tonight. Obviously, it's always an exciting time in the NRL calendar doing the Daily M Awards, and it was good to watch, and I'm ready to rip into the video.
Yeah, mate, I thought the show was okay. I think the way of the format was done was a bit shit. I think, I can't see any reason why they couldn't have had Jake Duke host it with Corey Parker or something from Fox and just have it there instead of having to ramble on. Andrew Abdo had to kill about 10 minutes by just rambling on for an eternity, it felt like, and it was ridiculous how that carried on. But it was finally, they got the awards out. It was some of the awards are very controversial. Some of the awards are well deserved. So look, we'll go through it. But if you guys are new to the channel around here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like this video. You won't be disappointed. Make sure you go and check out ProEnzo Vidz's YouTube channel, and I'll leave a link in the description below. But mate, let's get into it. So the first award was the Provan Summers Medal, and I believe Josh Morris won this award, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did, actually.
Helping Brett Morris go off the field, I think, when he had that career-ending injury. What do you think about that? Josh Morris, Provan Summers Medal winner.
I think yesterday we said Nathan Cleary, or I said Nathan Cleary yesterday, but I think Josh Morris deserves it. I think that's a really good award. Obviously, I guess that's a kind act of what he was doing for Brett when he got the knee injury and that. So I think it's a fair award. I think it's well deserved by J Moz, and I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, me either. I think it was the right decision. I have no problem with it whatsoever. J Moz deserves the award. Not much more to go into on that, but Josh Morris wins the Provan Summons medal, and well deserved, I reckon. Right, let's get into the good stuff. The Rookie of the Year. There were a few good contenders for Rookie of the Year. They showed a video package of about 20 rookies. I don't know how many rookies they showed. They showed pretty much every rookie that played this year. A lot of very good options there. Rookie of the Year goes to Sam Walker from the Sydney Roosters. Do you believe that was the right decision, Lorenzo?
I believe so, yeah. I think there was obviously going to be Reece Walsh, Josh Schuster, Dane Laurie. They're all other ones that could have competed with Sam Walker for rookie of the year. But no, I think Sam Walker deserves it. I think he has had a great year in a injury deflated Rooster sort of team, and I think he's done a good job. So it's a well deserved award. I think I have no issues with that one either.
Yeah, I thought Sam Walker had a very good season. He stepped up in big moments. When the game was on the line a couple of times this year for the Roosters, he delivered. So I've got no problem with it whatsoever. I'm glad James Tedesco. Sam Walker, sorry. I'm glad Sam Walker's the Rookie of the Year. I think he absolutely deserves to win the Rookie of the Year. Do you think anyone was hard done by? I think Dane Laurie was very close, but I think him getting injured sort of ruined that, I reckon.
No, I don't think anyone got hard done by. I think Sam Walker is a fair choice of a winner. So, yeah, I think that's all right.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sam Walker deserves the rookie of the season, but Dane Laurie for mine was very close, but fair play to Sam Walker. Let's move on to the other award, which was announced Captain of the Year. It went to the Roosters fullback once again, James Tedesco. I said Adam Reynolds last night. He was a nominee. It was up there, but I went with Tedesco. Are you okay with Tedesco winning Captain of the Year?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's done a really good job in terms of leading that Roosters team that was injured all year. I said Adam Reynolds as well. Like I was like unique. I said Adam Reynolds would probably win it, but I was wrong, and James Tedesco won it, and I think it's fair. I think Tedesco does deserve it. I think he's done a very good job for the Roosters this year. He's obviously a really outstanding leader for that club, and a great player. So no, I think he's done a good job to win it, and I think he deserves it. So I don't have any real problem with that one.
Yeah. No, I think Tedesco's leadership this year has been very good. The Roosters have obviously had a very injury, depleted season, and I think Tedesco's leadership for the Roosters, taking the captaincy, I think Tedesco deserves to be the captain of the year. I've got absolutely no problem with it at all. So fair play to James Tedesco. Don't worry, guys, in the chat. We will get to the other awards. There are a lot of controversial decisions that were made with the team of the year and stuff, so we will get to that very soon. Coach of the year, mate, Craig Bellamy. Now, when they announced Craig Bellamy as coach of the year, they had Ivan Cleary on the camera as well, so I thought they were going to give it to Ivan for a minute. But I think, obviously, the coach of the year this year was very tough. I think Bellamy was the favourite. I think Robbo and Ivan Cleary were second and third. Bellamy, I think, obviously, Melbourne winning 19 games in a row this year, having that incredible winning streak, having that great regular season, pretty much wraps it up for Craig Bellamy. You think Bellamy deserves coach of the year, or do you think someone else should have got it?
No, I'm all right with Craig Bellamy being coach of the year. I think he's done an exceptional job leading that Melbourne Storm team to the another minor premiership, and also just obviously he's a very highly respected coach at that club, and yeah, he's done well. He's done a really good job for that Storm team this year. I've always really rated Bellamy as a coach, and I think Trent Robertson might have been close because he took the Roosters all the way to the semi-finals with a North Sydney more like team. And there was obviously, I guess, people like Ivan Cleary, like you mentioned. Ivan Cleary was definitely close as well. But no, I think Bellamy was always going to win it, in my opinion. So well deserved.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Bellamy deserves it as well. Just a quick shout out to Entertain House in the chat. He says Angus Crichton and Satilla Tupanua robbed by Kickow. I agree. We will get into that very soon. Yeah, look, I think Craig Bellamy deserves coach of the year. If Ivan Cleary had got it, or Trent Robinson or Wayne Bennett, I wouldn't have had a problem with it at all, to be honest. All coaches deserving in their own right, but I think what Bellamy was able to do this year, the first full year without Cameron Smith, and the 19-game win streak pretty much got him home. So I think Bellamy deserves coach of the year once again. He's just proven why he's the best coach in the game. The other one, actually, no. So obviously we know who won the Dally M. We know Tommy Turbo won the Dally M, but let's go through the positions now. Fullback of the year, it went to Tom Trbojevic. The nominees were James Tedesco, Kalen Ponga, William Kennedy, Ryan Pappenhausen, and Tom Trbojevic. Before we talk about the winner, was there any fullback that you think was unlucky not to be a nominee, Lorenzo?
Trying to think. I don't think so. I think
Nico Hines over Pappenhausen for me.
Yeah, I was going to actually say that as well. Nico Hines has obviously had a better year over Ryan Pappenhausen easily. I mean, Ryan Pappenhausen's hardly even played much games this year, and Nico Hines, he's basically been that real success story in taking the Storm to the minor premiership, and he's been a lot more better in terms of form than what Pappenhausen's been this year. So I think out of the nominees, that's the only change I would do. But other than that, I don't really have much of an issue with.
Yep, I'm with you, bro. I think Tedesco is well deserved to be a nominee. I think Kalen Ponga deserves to be there. William Kennedy had a breakout year for the Sharks. Pappenhausen, I don't agree with. I think Nico Hines probably should have been there. And let's get to the winner. Tom Trbojevic, fullback of the year. I think it's well deserved, mate. One of the best individual seasons from a player I've ever seen. It's definitely up there with the likes of Jarrett Hayne 2009, Ben Barber 2012. Sensational year from Turbo, mate. Obviously, fullback of the year. What are your thoughts on it, mate?
Yeah, absolutely well deserved. I think Tom's had another great year. Obviously, he's had a couple of seasons now where he's been injured and has obviously, kind of pushed him back from being in contention for fullback of the year and that. But this year he's absolutely killed it. He's been taking his game to another level, and he's been fantastic this year, Tom. And I think that's the really clear winner right there. Deserves it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Turbo deserves fullback of the year. He was clearly the best fullback this year. I know Turbo and Tedesco, when they had that Manly Roosters semi-final, both of them were saying, Turbo, no, you're the best. Tedesco's like, no, you're the best, and a lot of back and forth stuff. But Turbo, incredible season. So I think that's well deserved for fullback of the year. Let's move on to the wingers. Now, this was very interesting. I was surprised by one of these selections. So the wingers of the year the nominees were Ruben Garrick, Josh Adokar, Brian To'o, Jason Saab, and Alex Johnson. The wingers of the season went to Brian To'o and Ruben Garrick. We'll start with Ruben Garrick, mate, from Manly. I'm not going to say I'm surprised by this pick, but I thought Alex Johnson maybe or Jason Saab might have got in front of him, or maybe Adokar, but ended up being the complete opposite, bro. Ruben Garrick, what are your thoughts on it, bro? Ruben Garrick to be one of the wingers of the year.
Yeah, well, obviously as a Manly fan, I'm pretty happy about that. He's got it, but I said Adokar and Brian To'o as my wingers of the year. That's what I went with originally. I think Adokar and Ruben Garrick are very 50-50. I think if you went with Adokar, wouldn't be much of an issue, but I guess that they went with Ruben Garrick and he got the winger of the year, so I don't really have a main problem with that. I think he's had a really good year. Compared to last year where he suffered from the second year syndrome, he's definitely bounced back this year and he's been a lot more better in terms of form, and he's definitely broken heaps of records this year as well, I think. So, he's done a good job to get that award. And Brian To'o, he's killed it this year. And, I think he's definitely another one that deserves that really, really good award.
Yeah. I'll start with Brian To'o. I think he's the best winger in the game. He gets the sets rolling every week. He does his job. Try scorer. He's a fantastic player. So I think Brian To'o deserves to be winger of the year. Ruben Garrick on the other end. I think Ruben Garrick's a pretty underrated pick. I think it would have been easy to go with Adokar or Jason Saab. I think Alex Johnson gets overlooked far too much. But Ruben Garrick, winger of the year with Brian To'o. I think Ruben Garrick deserves to be there, and fair play to him. I have no problem with that decision, but I think Adokar and Alex Johnson were I think Alex Johnson was hard done by, personally. I think Johnson should have been there, but Ruben Garrick wins the award, so what can you do? But let's move on to the next award, which is the Centre of the Year. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit controversial. So the Centres of the Year, well, I should start with the nominees, actually. The 5 nominees for Centre of the Year were Matt Burton, Joseph Manu, Bradman Best, Justin Olam, and Dane Gagai. The Centres of the Year were Justin Olam and Matt Burton. We'll start with Justin Olam. The NRL made themselves look like a bunch of idiots last week when they didn't even have Olam in the nominees. They changed their mind and put him in. All of a sudden, he wins the Centre of the Year with Matt Burton. What are your thoughts on Justin Olam winning Centre of the Year?
Oh no, it's well deserved. Like it's definitely well deserved how he's got that award. But just for the NRL to still leave him out of being a nominee by winning that award, it's disgusting. Still, I'm not too pleased with that. I'm still pretty pissed off with how he wasn't originally called up as a nominee. But yeah. Anyway, he's won it now, and that's the main thing because he deserves it. He's had a great year with that Melbourne Storm team. He's killed it, and yeah, fair play to him. He definitely deserved it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Justin Olam's had a great season for the Melbourne Storm at that left centre position. I believe he is the best centre in the game, along with someone else by the name of Joey Manu, which I'll get to in a minute, which I might have a little bit of a rant over. But Olam's had an incredible year. I think it's probably the best year of his career so far. So I'm happy that Justin Olam was centre of the year. The other one who got centre of the year was Matt Burton. Now, I think the first 12 to 14 weeks of the season, I think Matt Burton was in the lead, but he sort of didn't play his best football at the back end of the year. And Matt Burton getting in front of Joey Manu was a bit of a surprise, but I guess Joey Manu played a lot of positions. He played a lot of fullback, played a bit of 5'8" here and there, and I guess that might be the reason why they went with Matt Burton instead. But do you have a problem with Matt Burton being centre of the year?
Yeah, sort of. I think he's had a good year. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's had a good year, Matt Burton. You know, he's been scoring a lot of tries in that centre position, and he's done a reasonably good job there. But yeah, look, I would have had Joseph Manu over him personally.
Me too.
I think Manu's had a more of a consistent sort of year because at least with Joseph Manu, he didn't start. At least Joseph Manu, you know. Like with Matt Burn, he started the year really well, but then the second half of the season he really dropped off in terms of form. Like wasn't at the same, didn't have the same impact he did in the first half of the season. And with Joseph Manu, he's been consistent throughout the whole way, in my opinion. So that's why I think Manu deserved it over Burton. But yeah, it is what it is, and I think it's not that bad. He wins it, but I would have had Manu definitely over him.
Yeah, look, I agree. I think Joseph Manu definitely had a better season than Matt Burton. But the problem is Joseph Manu played a lot of fullback. He played a lot of 5'8". He played a lot of different positions this year. Burton played centre virtually all season, but he did play a bit of 5'8" during the Origin period as well. So I think Joey Manu probably should have got centre of the year. I think he was hard done by, bro. I think Joey Manu was very, very hard done by here.
Yeah, for sure.
With the centre of the year, bro, is there any centre out there that you think was overlooked for to be a nominee? I think Campbell Graham was a bit hard done by. I think he should have been there over Bradman Best. Bradman Best had a lot of injuries this year. I think Campbell Graham was a little bit hard done by, to be honest. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I would have had Campbell Graham as well as being around that sort of area. I think Campbell Graham's definitely one of the more underrated centers in the comp. He's definitely, has a good defensive game. His attack's pretty good as well. And yeah, I agree. I think, he would have been, he's been unlucky to be a little bit, shoved out there, I think.
Yeah. Someone tried asking me, should the Hammer have been a nominee for centre of the year? I don't think so. But maybe next year if he plays centre, but who knows? But, I think Campbell Graham probably should have been a nominee, to be honest. But anyway, that they went with Bradman Best, so, it is what it is now. But Campbell Graham, for mine, pretty underrated as well. Righto, so let's move on to 5'8" for the year, which the nominees were Jerome Luai, Cameron Munster, Adam Dewey, and Cody Walker. The winner was obviously Cody Walker. I think Cody Walker won this by a country mile, to be honest. I think Munster was probably the closest one to Cody Walker. Adam Dewey was pretty good as well this year for the Tigers. Cody Walker, 5'8" for the year. What do you reckon? Well deserved?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's had a really strong year. I wouldn't have anyone else over him personally. I know Luai was obviously close and so is Munster, but I think Cody Walker's definitely taken his game to another level compared to those two. I don't think that Luai or Munster should be even over him. I think Cody Walker's had a terrific year, like I said, and he's going to be a big part of South winning the comp this year if they do it. So, he's going to That's a well-deserved award for Cody Walker. A very good year by him.
I'm with you, bro. Cody Walker, outstanding. Best 5'8" in the game. I don't think anyone goes close to him as well. Is there anyone you think was hard done by for a nominee? I think Kieran Foran was a little bit hard done by. I think maybe he should have been there over Adam Dewey, but Adam Dewey was very good in a Tigers team that was very ordinary this year. It's very funny how Jack Whiten wins Dally M last year, doesn't even make the top 4 for the 5'8" for the year this year, which is quite embarrassing. Just goes to show that he had a backwards season. But is there anyone that you think was a bit hard done by to be a nominee for 5'8" for the year?
I would keep the same nominees. Like I wouldn't change the list. I'd keep it. But if I had to pick at least one person I thought was hard done by, probably Kieran Foran. I think he's the man himself's just changed the way he's played this year. He's changed his career. He's only got one. He only got one injury this year. That was a fractured hand injury. But anyone can get that sort of injury. So he's had a terrific season. Foz. I think he should have got a bit more recognition for the season he's had. But other than that, I think it's all right.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to Halfback of the Year, which the 4 nominees for Halfback of the Year. They were Daly Cherry Evans, Jerome Hughes, Adam Reynolds, and Nathan Cleary. Everyone's going to say Nathan Cleary, and I agree. I believe Nathan Cleary deserves Halfback of the Year, and he won the award, which was a fair call. But gee, I tell you what, Adam Reynolds and Jerome Hughes would have been very close on his tail, mate. You think Nathan Cleary deserves it, or would you have gone somewhere else?
No, I'd say Nathan Cleary deserves it. I think he's had a terrific year for the Panthers. His kicking games are always good. He's always a consistent player who gives 100%. A very good player. Look, I was thinking Jerome Hughes might have been the only real threat to actually coming close to replace him as that Halfback of the Year, because I think Jerome Hughes has had an outstanding year yet again. But I think Nathan Cleary's had a terrific year, in my opinion, and that award is definitely well deserved for sure.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there that would have went with Adam Reynolds or Jerome Hughes, and I think both of those players had a very good season. But Nathan Cleary was consistent literally all year, and it was very rare that he had a quiet game. It was always, 6 out of 10 every week and upwards. So Nathan Cleary deserves Halfback of the Year for mine. I think that's a well-deserved pick. Let's move on to the front row, which was quite interesting, actually. The front row. So the nominees for front row of the year were Daniel Saifidi, Jared Waria-Hargraves, Christian Welsh, James Fisher-Harris, and Payne Haas. The front row of the year went to Payne Haas and James Fisher-Harris. Would you have gone something different, or do you think that's the right decision?
No, it's the right decision. I tipped both Payne Haas and James Fisher-Harris to win props of the year as well. So, yeah, got that one correct. But, look, Payne Haas had a terrific year for a team like Broncos who finished 14th this year. Obviously Broncos were definitely a lot better than what they were last year, but they still finished in the bottom 4. And I think Payne Haas is still that sort of shining light for that team. He definitely always gave 100%. He always turned up every week. And, I think, he definitely gets that award for sure. And Fisher-Harris, well, I've always rated James Fisher-Harris. I think he's a really, really good front rower, tough player. And like I said, I think he'll be very important for the Panthers this Sunday as well in the grand final, because I think he's going to play a key role, So, those two deserve it for sure, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. But look, I reckon Jared Waria-Hargraves was a little bit hard done by here. He doesn't get the praise that he deserves. The Roosters this year obviously had a lot of injuries. They lost their captain, Boyd Cordner. Radley was out suspended a fair bit. I thought Jared Waria-Hargraves really stepped up for the Roosters. I would have had him over James Fisher-Harris, personally. I think Fisher-Harris missed a bit of time on the sideline. So, look, I would have went Haas and Hargraves, but I don't want to nitpick it too much. I think Haas and Fisher-Harris have had a good season, but I want to say with the nominees, I reckon Tom Burgess was a little bit unlucky. He was overlooked. I know it's hard to really pick him over any of these front rowers here, but Tom Burgess this year was extremely incredible, probably the best year of his NRL career. I thought he was outstanding. Question is, who do you take, Tom Burgess out for? I thought Burgess had a great year this year for the Roosters, but, I'm okay with Fisher Harris and Haas, but I would have went Haas and Hargraves. I think Hargraves was a bit robbed, but, it is what it is now. Well, let's move on to the hooker of the year, mate. Actually, before we do you think anyone was hard done by for the nominee for front row of the year?
No, I don't believe so. I think it was all right.
I think so. It was all right. That's fair enough. Hooker of the year. The nominees were Brendan Smith, Damien Cook, Harry Grant, Api Coruscant. Brendan Smith is the hooker of the year. He wins hooker of the year. I don't think anyone was surprised about this one. Do you agree with this, or do you think maybe it should have went elsewhere? What do you reckon?
Brandon Smith is a clear winner in my opinion. I think he's done really well for that Melbourne Storm team. He's a clever hooker. Very clever player in the middle. Obviously this year with him and Harry Grant, rotating off the bench this year, it's been a major factor. Has really rejuvenized their attack this year. With Harry Grant and Brandon Smith doing that swap off the bench all the time. But yeah, as a player himself, Brandon Smith, he's done a really good job this year. I think he's definitely well deserved that award. That really deserves that award. So yeah, I can't really think of much other people or players that should come close to him.
I agree. Brendan Smith is easily the best hooker of the year, and I think he deserves the award. I think it was his after round 15, to be honest. I think he had it locked in then. But the nominees, I have a big problem with the nominees. Big problem. Damien Cook does not deserve to be on the hooker of the year nominee this year. He had a terrible season. I think he's had a bad year at Souths. I don't think he's been great. He's been very quiet, and the way the DALLY works, the way the system is, we all know it's a mess. I don't think Damien Cook has been in the top 3 hookers this year. I think Jaden Brayley from Newcastle was a little bit hard done by. He's very underrated. Reece Robson from the Cowboys, another one. I know the Cowboys were absolute shithouse, but Reece Robson had a very good season. Do you think Harry Grant played enough football to even be a nominee?
No, I don't think so. But I was just using him as one of the main reasons why Storm did so well this year, because of him and Brandon Smith doing that rotation off the bench. So yeah.
I'm just having a look how many games Reece Robson played this year for the Cowboys. He played 24 out of 25 games.
Yeah, that's good.
So I don't really understand how Reece Robson doesn't get nominated to even be in this list. I think Reece Robson and Jaden Brayley, in my opinion, had a better year than Damien Cook. I'm just being completely honest here. I watch every game of football, so I know what I'm talking about here. And every time South would win, I can't remember the last time Damien Cook was in the top 2 players on the field. It's been a while. He has been good in some games, but as an actual standout, it's been a while since Damien Cook has been a standout this year. But anyway, so I have a problem with the nominees for the hooker of the year, but Brendan Smith easily deserves hooker of the year. But who knows? He might lose the award yet because of the little incident that happened that we all saw tonight. But I guess we'll talk about that when more information come out for that. But let's move on to the second row of the year, which without a doubt is the most controversial one of them all. I can't believe this. I'm going to be sick when I talk about this. Second rowers of the year. We'll talk about the nominees to start with. The nominees were Isaiah Papali'i, Viliami Kikau, Satili Tupanua, and Hamoli Olakawatu. Oh my God. They really fucked this up. They fucked this up hard. The second rowers of the year went to Viliami Kikau and Isaiah Papali'i. Let's start with Viliami Kikau. Lorenzo, yeah. I know you won't be a fan of this. What the fuck are your thoughts on this?
How does he get the award for DALLY second row of the year? That's fucking ridiculous in my opinion. Olakawatu shits in him easily in 2021. You've seen the form of Olakawatu. It's way better than what Kikau's been. I mean, does Olakawatu make as many errors per game than what Kikau does? No. Is Kikau consistent? No. He's very hot and cold in my opinion. And Olakawatu's been consistent this year in his first full main NRL season. So yeah, to have kick out over Olakau'atu is really fucked in my opinion. So yeah, I'm not happy about that one. Olakau'atu over kick out any day of the week, especially this year. And yeah, it's stupid, isn't it?
Now, with all due respect to everyone out there that watches rugby league, I don't want to be rude when I say this. If anyone out there reckons Viliami Kikau deserves back row of the year, you clearly don't understand the game of rugby league. I'm sorry. I'm just being completely honest here. Viliami Kikau had a fucking shit season. A very, very shit season. Now, I think Viliami Kikau is a tremendous player. I think he's fantastic. I think he's a great player. But as in terms of this year, Viliami Kikau has not had a better year than Satili Tupanua, Isaiah Papali'i, and Hamoli Olakau'atu. Olakau'atu, Papali'i, and Tupanui have all had a better season than fucking Viliami Kikau. All of them have had better years. So I think it's ridiculous. I don't understand it. I am very surprised about this. Look, man, I don't get it. What the fuck did Kikau do this year?
Nothing.
What did he do?
Just make 30 errors per game. That's about it.
At one point this year, actually, the Panthers have been doing this for about 3 or 4 weeks now. Kikau got dumped to the bench for fucking Liam Martin, and
yeah,
I don't understand how Kikau is hooker of the year. I don't understand it. I mean, back row of the year. I don't know how Kikau got. I really don't know. I don't get it. I think it's disgusting. And excuse me when I say this, where the fuck is Angus Crichton?
Oh yeah.
Where is he?
That's fucked. Hey.
Did the cunt get kidnapped in Brisbane? Where is he? What happened?
He's had a great year. Like what?
Where is Angus Crichton? What is this list? This is an absolute disgrace, mate, honestly. I knew going into this that they were going to stuff up they were going to stuff something up, and I knew it was going to happen eventually. Kikau and Papali'i is ridiculous, but on the Papali'i, you think Isaiah Papali'i deserves to be back row of the year?
Yeah, I think so. That's actually one I do agree with. He's had a great season, very, very, very good season. Compared to maybe the last couple of years, like I was saying yesterday when I was on your live yesterday, he used to be just a fill-in stopgap sort of player. Only came in for the Warriors when there was injuries, but now he's transformed himself, Isaiah Papali'i, into a consistent first-grade player. And, I think it's a well-deserved award for him for sure.
Yeah, I am okay with Isaiah Papali'i, but the problem I have is he was back row for until mid-year. Still played a bit of back row, but he came off the bench, played back row, played a bit of footy in the middle. So, there was a chance where he may not have got back row of the year, which would have been probably outrageous to a lot of people. But I think if the NRL went for another 4 weeks, probably wouldn't have got it because he played a lot more footy in the middle at the back end of the season. So I'm glad Papali'i is in back row of the year, but fuck me, man. I think Angus Crichton was robbed.
Yeah, he was. I agree.
So far on this list, I think Joey Manu and Angus Crichton were robbed so far. I really do. But Anyway, let's move on to Lock of the Year, mate. The nominees for Lock of the Year were Jake Trbojevic, Dale Finucane, Cameron Murray, and Isaiah Yeo. The winner was Isaiah Yeo. Now, there's a lot of outrage about Cameron Murray not winning the Lock of the Year. I think Murray and Yeo was literally a toss a coin. It could have went to either one. I'm okay with Yeo winning it. I said Cameron Murray, but are you okay with Isaiah Yeo winning Lock of the Year?
I mean, I am, because he's had a good season with Panthers and he's still, has shown great form across the season. But, man, Cameron Murray has to be over him, surely. I think Murray has done a really good job for that Rabbitohs team. He's, played very well. He always gives it his hardest. He's always in the game. And that's not to say Isaiah isn't, because he is, but I just think Cameron Murray's been the better player, and I think Cameron Murray's been in much more better form. And I think he's just, I just think overall Murray's been the better player than what Yo is. But I guess Yo's won it. And I don't have a real issue with it. But in my opinion, I would have went with Murray. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree, bro. If I was in charge of the Dally M, I would have gave Cameron Murray lock of the season. I think Isaiah Yo's been great, but Isaiah Yo won the award last year, and I think the NRL Dally M system are probably thinking, well, Yo won it last year. Has he gone backwards? They probably went no, so they gave it to him again. But man, Cameron Murray deserves to be, more appreciated. I think he's had a great season, Cameron Murray. Is there anyone in the lock of the year that you think were a bit hard done by for not getting nominated?
I'm just trying to think. I don't think there was. No, I don't think there was. I mean, people are saying Tino, but I don't think so. I don't think he comes really close.
No, I don't think Tino. I don't think Tino as well, bro. Nathan Brown probably goes close from the Eels. He probably goes fairly close. Outside of that, probably not a whole lot, but I think they got the lock position right. But Yo over Murray is literally tossed a coin. So that's the Dally M team of the year. I'll go through it again in case you guys missed it. Fullback, Tom Trbojevic. On the wings, Ruben Garrick and Brian Toto. Centers, Justin Olam and Matt Burton. 5'8", Cody Walker. Halfback, Nathan Cleary. Front row, Payne Haas and James Fisher-Harris. Hooker, Brendan Smith. Second row, Viliami Kikau and Isaiah Papali'i. Lock, Isaiah Yo. Rookie of the year goes to Sam Walker. Captain of the year, James Tedesco. Coach of the year, Craig Bellamy. Now, the final award, which was announced, as I'm sure they were all well aware of, the Dally M medal winner for 2021. The Dally M winner is the best player in the world, Tom Trbojevic. Lorenzo, as a Manly fan, you must be absolutely pumped about this. Tommy Turbo winning the Dally M. I think he definitely deserves this award. He won it by about 5 points. Fair play to him. Mate, what are your thoughts on Turbo winning the Dally M?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic about it. I'm obviously a Manly fan, so I would be happy about it. But look, I think he's a clear winner. I mean, people are saying, I've seen tonight, people are saying that Nathan Cleary or Cody Walker should have won it. But I feel like Tom Trbojevic is taking his game to a whole different level compared to those two. He's just, the impact he brings every game is unbelievable. He's just, he just brings an incredible impact to that Manly team. Such a weapon in attack and defense. Like he's just got an all Tom Trbojevic. He's the full package basically of a star player. It's a well-deserved award. So I'm very happy about that. And I have absolutely no issue with it either.
I agree, bro. I'm just reading the chat. I agree with what you said. Turbo deserves it. Entertain us in the chat. Says, how many points will Tommy Turbo put on the Casper Tigers, a women's team? Mate, it'd be 169-0 at halftime, and that's been generous. I think it'd be a one-sided bloodbath. I don't think they'll be able to tackle him. But in all seriousness, Turbo deserves the Dally M. It's well-deserved. He's had an incredible season. I think Cody Walker getting that 3-point deduction with the suspension probably hurt him, but he wasn't going to win it anyway. And Nathan Cleary, if he didn't get injured, he probably would have went really close with Tommy. I reckon it would have been a two-horse race between those two. But, Tommy Turbo is just too good. And, he's got 3 points in the last 2 rounds, which was 6 points. And when I was watching the Dally M, and I'm looking at the points going up, and I'm going, right, well, he's still got 6 points to go yet because he's got a hat-trick against the Bulldogs and the Cowboys in the final 2 rounds. So he'll get 6 points there. So I think Turbo had it won after round 20, to be honest. But
yeah,
Turbo wins the Dally M, mate. Anything else you want to talk about on the Dally M's before we get on out of here tonight? Do you think it was a success, or do you think next year they should go back to the one night at the one venue thing?
But yeah, well, first of all, I think it has to go back to the one night thing. I think the 2-night thing just doesn't not work in my opinion.
It was a failure, bro.
Yeah, it was an absolute failure, and I think that's one thing I had to change for sure. But just talking about tonight, the format. I don't like how it was in the Fox League format. I don't like that. I think that was the one part that kind of did ruin the Daily M Awards night. I just think, it doesn't look right. Like, bring back the old system, like, or how it used to be. It was way better about the Fox League platform. So I wasn't a real fan of that. I think it was very messy. In my opinion, just didn't look good. So that's what I would have changed. But other than that, it was a good night, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I thought it was a pretty boring show, to be honest. The best part was when they were announcing the awards. Everything else, going back to Fox Studios with Lara Pitt and that, I'm just going, this is just going to be a repeat of bullshit for an hour. And it carried on and on. But I agree, bro. I think next year, hopefully there's no more Chinese virus getting in the way of everything. Hopefully next year they can have it in Sydney. They can have, even a 2-hour show if you have to stretch it out. If you have to. Start it at 6 o'clock, finish it at 8 o'clock, have a 2-hour show, whatever it may be. Invite some people to come in and do some music, get Briggs on there, the Fox League music, get Briggs on in there, do his music, get the crowd pumped up who's there in attendance, and be a lot better to do it that way. I think that would be a lot easier. Just do it on the one night, do it in a 2-hour period if you have to. Having it over 2 nights in a 2-week period, just a waste of time, bro.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Before we go, mate, I just want to get your thoughts on 2 things, or one thing actually. Anyone you reckon was robbed of the Dally M position-wise, like in the team of the year? Anyone robbed?
Don't think so, but I think Nico Hines was the only one I really think was I'm a bit annoyed about. Having Pappenhausen over him was wrong. And another one, of course, Angus Crichton as well. I think Angus Crichton should have definitely been at least somewhere. Definitely over Kikau. So yeah.
Yeah, look, I think Joseph Manu was robbed. I think Matt Burton probably should have been replaced by Joey Manu. And I think Angus Crichton as well, or Tupanui, any of them I would have been fine with over Viliame Kikau. Kikau doesn't deserve back row of the year. Tremendous player, but doesn't deserve to be there. But, congratulations to Tom Trbojevic winning the 2021 NRL Dally M, best player in the world for a reason. Big thank you to ProEnzo Vidz for coming on tonight, mate. Mate, I appreciate you coming on the show tonight. I really do appreciate your time.
No, absolutely no worries, Nick. It's always good coming on your channel and doing these sort of videos. Really enjoyed going through and previewing the night we saw of the Daily M's, and it was good. So thanks again, Nick.
No worries, bro. And obviously, I'll be watching your grand final preview tomorrow afternoon, and obviously, you'll be back on again Wednesday night for the Rugby League Breakdown podcast, the grand final preview, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. We may have Trevor from Shut the Gates on the show yet as well. I'm still seeing what happens, but should be good. But guys, this is it for the Nick from Australia and ProEnzo Vidz Dally M 2021 review. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Go check out ProEnzo Vidz. The link is in the description below. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I want to go something to eat and a can of Coke. Have a good night, lads, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.